Welcome to Under the Sun podcast.
I'm Irene.
And I'm Ilea. We're so glad you're here. Grab a hot
or iced coffee and join us as we talk about everything under the sun. My hair's so large.
I feel like mine is large and it doesn't really have a mission. It's like, are we curly? Are we...
Remember that time someone on YouTube commented on one of my videos and was like, you don't have curly hair? And I'm like,
no, I don't remember that.
Apparently that's a thing. It's like I don't know, like a trash talking thing. Like people will be like, you don't have curly hair. It's like, okay, I don't have type 2 AC curls, but it's like, this is not straight. So what would you call this? Anyways, that was like a decade ago.
On paper, not on paper, like when my hair's wet, it's very straight. And then as it dries, from here down is stupid like ringlets, and up top is a crackhead who over bleaches. That's what it is.
I don't know why it does that though. There's no logical reason your hair should be.
I've seen a couple videos now of people being like, my Irish hair and this is how to handle
crispy.
I don't know.
Mine is just like fine if it's this way, except this gets really curly. So if you turn to the side, it like flattens and then it just.
I like it though. It kind of looks like, but it's you intentionally like just scrunched it.
I also didn't put curly products in it because I'm going to straighten it for the week. Mm-hmm. So and my hair's still wet. So as this video goes, you're welcome. It's going to just dry and get wider and wider.
Are we starting? Did we already start?
Yep.
Welcome to the podcast. We're actually recording, which feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
Because we try to batch record things and then... Mm-hmm. And then I just recorded one video, like a video by myself, like 2 weeks ago. And then we didn't put out a video last week, which is super weird. We haven't done that. Which we could talk about this in another video, but someone in my house has been on an antibiotic for the last 18 days with like a little 5-day gap in the middle. So we are just getting slammed with waves of strep. Yeah. Y'all have been struggle busing. So life's been intense. You've had a sick kid / kids and entire family. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sure most of you, actually maybe some people didn't, because we have some people who just listen and some people who just watch. And so I posted the audio to the video about talking about my subchorionic hematoma. But I was like, hey, go watch it so that you can fully experience it. But I don't know why I kind of feel like if I was told to, I don't know, maybe I'm assuming I'm that people just stopped listening at that point when they're like, no, we're not gonna listen. And then we didn't upload once, and I'm like, yeah, everybody's left. They hate us. They've gone. We failed them. But it was the algorithm hates us. That's for sure. Yeah, it was It was what we needed in that week. But anything else you want to update on personal life wise? I got this new lipstick that is probably very toxic. I literally did not scan it. Don't care. The gloss is cocoa and kind. So the gloss I feel better about. But it's you put it on and it comes on jet black and you leave it for 10 minutes and then it dries and then you peel it and then it just stains your lip. So probably full of toxins. You can also do that with one of my clients came in with a great lip color. I was like, what is on your lips? And so she sent me the link. Technically it's a lip liner, but she said she just uses it and it's great because I'm never not holding a beverage. And so there's no point in putting lip stuff on. So even if my gloss goes away, my lips still have color. And I feel like this winter when I'm pale and deathly, it's nice to catch myself in the mirror and not have monochromatic What's that color? Flesh colored lips. Yeah. You know what my hack is? Because
probably full of toxins, but whatever.
Yeah, everyone has their thing that they'll let slide.
Yep.
What is my thing?
We all know mine is hair, skin, and nails, but
I'd have to think about it. But
you're pretty good at not letting a lot of things slide.
No, I don't. But I do have to say the last 2 weeks since the subchorionic hematoma and whatever operating at 50% means. Mm-hmm. How am I supposed to do that? And I'm not mad at anybody, but I'm just I don't understand logistically how to do that when I forgot to do hardline internet. Shoot. That's the only thing I forgot. Is that we have a homestead. I have a toddler. We have 2 dogs. I typically cook all of our food from scratch. Like we literally typically have meat birds at this time of year, and thank God we just forgot to order them. And like we don't have a dishwasher. I am the dishwasher. It's so like, and like all the home stuff is like me, and it's springtime, so it's always projects and garden and stuff. And so I'm like, how am I supposed to operate at 50%? Like I don't understand. But like
I would say let people help you, but I keep being infectious with bacterial illnesses. So.
Yeah. I have had some people, like my mom has come over. Dave's dad has been mowing our lawn, which has been really nice.
That's awesome.
But like, yeah, it's just been crazy. But like also if I push it too like I can't go too far. Like my sink, literally every single dish is used. Like this morning I stirred my coffee with a thermometer, like a meat thermometer.
Yeah.
So we have no dishes that are clean.
Yeah.
But like if I push it too hard, I get super crampy and then like get really tired.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is dumb.
No, it's not worth.
So
your dishes will be there always.
Yeah.
But
I did a Walmart pickup of a bunch of plastic silverware and paper plates and paper bowls and stuff. But like also that being said, like,
excuse me, ma'am, does your father know you're down here? Go upstairs. You have to sit down on the stairs and be very quiet, okay? Just sit right there and don't make a peep. We are home and our children are home, so.
Nice. But with all that to be said, I said all that to say that our food standards the last 2 weeks have dropped significantly because I'm like, I can't keep up with the dishes that have to happen to make the food have to happen. So we have just been not eating as we should, but still like better than most. Okay. But I'm like, I have no regrets as
good.
As we've said since, I don't know, 15 years ago, but no regrets. Cause I'm like, you have to pick your battles right now. And so I'd rather other things happen than cook from scratch. But anywho.
Yeah.
Good times. What else?
What's today's topic?
Oh, today's topic, because we got a couple messages and just like comments through the last couple of months asking like where to start. And I feel like everyone always starts with like, you need this red light. You need this like supplement that's $45 and you have to have it every 2 weeks. And it's like, yes-ish. Like those things are great. But also there are free things that you can do right now. So today's episode is 15 free wellness things you can do right now to improve your health. Some things you may have heard of, some things you may not have, but these are the things that you can start right now. Or like sometimes I get caught up in the, like someone will share a supplement. I'm like, I want that supplement. And then I get it and I get like stuck or in like in the supplement loop or like, or like the, I need to purchase this thing for this imaginary wellness, not altered state, but like queenhood of like, yes, like I need this other supplement. And sometimes like even I drop the ball on these just simple things that you can do at home. So shall we start?
Yeah, let's do it.
In no particular order. Have you ever, well, hold on. In no particular order.
We have to go in order. Otherwise I'm going to get so lost.
Okay. Number one. Okay, fine. Number one. I'm saying no particular order, like not number one is like the best.
Oh, like it's not the most important. Okay.
Right. It's just like,
we can't go off list.
I literally just sat there for like 3 minutes. I was like, what are the things I do the most frequently? And some of these things I drop the ball on a lot. And sometimes I don't, but
like have to remember.
Right. And it's a good reminder that like not everything is like, oh, you have to go see a chiropractor. You have to go see a functional medicine doctor. Sometimes like it's our own daily habits that's sending our health down the tank. So like number one, and what I have been doing pretty much every day is putting my legs up on the wall for 10 minutes. And it like, it has so many health benefits of like reducing stress, improving circulation.
It's such a good stretch for those leg muscles too.
It is. And you don't have a stretchy bone in or like a ligament in your body.
I know. I'm all lift and no stretch, but it like just feels nice.
Yeah, it's really great. And I've been liking it because I don't know, I've been really sedentary the last 2 weeks. I kind of have no option, but, and of course, this was the one I was like, I'm going to do yoga all the way through as I punch the microphone. Do yoga all the way through. Yeah. Lol. Okay. Number two, and this is something that I do every morning because I have no choice because I have birds. and I have to let them out in the morning, is get morning sun in your eyes. Like, and because I don't know, call it pregnancy, call it whatever you want, but I've been getting up at like 5 a.m. So like when the sun comes up, I typically go out and let the birds out, like give them water and food or whatever. And then I just like stand in the grass. And then when I get in the yard that's not filled with chicken manure, or I'll go out to like our pasture or something, I'll then take off my dang shoes and like stand. And sometimes it's literally just 35 seconds. And I just like try to get my feet in the grass, like look at the sun, not look directly at the sun. You can actually in the morning when it's like that warm, rich amber. But I try to stay out there as long as I can. And it does, like, you can feel it in your nervous system. Like, nothing else really matters. Do you ever do that?
Well, this is the first time.
It works at nighttime too, though.
It does. It's nice to look at the sun at the night. When I got to work the other day, it was the first time there was no cloud cover in like literal weeks when I got to work in the morning. And so I just sat there with my window up and like parked where I was facing the sun, and then just closed my eyes. And I sat there for like 10 minutes just with my eyes closed, but like facing the sun. It was so nice. I
think people demonize the sun way too much, and we can talk about that more. But
also, even on like the beauty side, it's like, wear sunscreen or you're gonna wrinkle. It's like, okay, great, but like how many stories? If I'm old and wrinkly, I'll probably I'm a girl, so I'm still gonna panic about the wrinkles, but I'm also gonna think like, oh, how many hours did I play in the sun with my kids? Or remember that time that Leah and I went to Florida and spent a week and turned super brown. So it's like, there's if you wrinkle, you're gonna wrinkle anyways. Just enjoy the sun.
Yeah, everyone's gonna end up wrinkled anyways. And there are things like frownies you can wear to like, or like really deep.
I need to get those, or frownies, give them to us.
I want some. Frownies. I need to. I'm ad blasted every time, and I like click on it, and I'm like, it's in my cart, and I'm like, I've almost been doing it, but they're just like, they
have them at that one health food store in that other town that we go to.
Oh, okay, that's very big.
Road trip.
Okay. I have put your damn feet in the grass, because people get so, I don't know, obsessed about like which we are too. We're obsessed about like mitigating parasite exposure, but like my belief is that like we've always had parasites. It's like there's a reason, like it's like overtaking us, so like we have to like get our body to a certain like homeostasis, and like grounding does that. So just forget about the parasite stuff. Just wash your feet when you come inside.
And that's another thing, like one of our biggest and like most favorite products is the parasite kit. Yeah. But that's another one where you can get so paranoid that you're going to get a parasite that you're like, that stress of paranoia is not good either.
Yeah.
And the way to probably calm your stress down is to put your feet in the grass. So it's like,
it's a hard cycle. And like, I feel like the pendulum swings, like when you first find out like, oh, like I'm going to be healthy. Like, and then you want to know all this information. And so you dig and dig and dig, and you learn all these things. And then you're just like stressed about, you figure out that everything's trying to kill you. And then it's really hard to just exist. Like, mind you, there's still things we do to mitigate exposure to parasites. Like I don't let our dogs lick us. Like that, and it's something like when guests come over, they're like, "Oh, will you guys let me lick you?" And some people do, and I'm like, "Guys, don't let your dogs lick you."
We've been trying to train them not to.
Or like those videos of people online introducing their brand new baby to their dog, and they're letting them lick all over it. And I'm like,
or the ones that share their ice cream cone with their puppy.
DCFS, call the police. You have to go to prison. That's so gross. Okay, number 4 is my favorite, and do you know what it is? Because it's something I do all the time.
Do you have brain fog? Are you lethargic? Do you have digestion issues? Do you not poop enough? Are you pooping too much? Do you have angry outbursts? Does your butthole itch? Irene, does your butthole itch?
Don't answer that. Don't answer. I'm going to answer.
Well, if your butthole itches, what does that mean?
Question. That means you have a worm.
Or many worms.
Lots of worms.
And I know what you're thinking. Worms. Are you kidding? That doesn't happen.
I've not left the country.
Yeah, it happens. Guys, like you can go touch the soil in your front yard and get worms from there. Like, because
if you have pets, they lick you.
We're disgusting, honestly. And like food, like produce, if it's not cleaned properly or if it's grown and like, they're everywhere. Yeah. So most cultures cleanse once a quarter.
Yeah. So deworm themselves all the time.
You gotta deworm yourself, and we have the perfect brand for you.
Yes. Rogers Hood is where we get all of our parasite things from. She has this kit. It gives you everything you need. It has 3 tinctures. There are...
And heavy metals, too.
Yep, pulls heavy metals out. It's so great.
Yeah.
I did it. I'll just say it. I did it. And the very first day that I started the tinctures, an 8-inch tapeworm came out of my butt.
8 inch.
So, and I mean, I have left the country on like cruises, but it's all sanitary and everything's washed and they're there.
It's just life, and we have to just cleanse regularly.
Yeah.
So use our code UTSP10 and you won't regret it.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm not looking at the list, so.
Shoot. I kind of forgot I had
That's
sent
why I
it
was
to
like,
you.
you can't go out of order. I'm looking at the list.
Oh, do you want to talk about number 4? Shoot, I kind of like hijacked it.
Well, I don't do it. I need to do it. Okay, here's another thing where, guys, a lot of it too, I think for me is I'm hyper stressed all the time. And I am if I can't do it perfectly the first time, I'm not going to ever do it. And I know that's I'm working on it. I'm working on it with my firstborn, and I am a firstborn, and I think it's just stuck in us. But every time I'm like, I'm going to do a lymph massage, it's like, I don't know the proper order. I'm not doing it. Okay. And so but like you go online and there's like, you have to do it this way or you're going to clog this lymph. Or if you do it this way, you're going to clog this lymph. And I'm like, forget it. I'll just dry brush and hope for the best. So
walking is a lymphatic massage.
A lymph massage.
Okay.
So well, like explain the physical one. Cause I can walk, I can run, which I do, but like, I don't know.
So there's lots of
you
different
explain
ways.
It and then I'll say what I normally do.
Yeah. So number 4 is manual lymphatic massage. And I literally do it without thinking now. So like because I have I don't know, I think it's actually from when I got my tooth pulled like years ago. I did not get a root canal, but it was just pulled. I've had like node problem, like where I feel like they get inflamed easily. And I like, when that happens, I end up gargling coconut oil and then putting oil of oregano like right there. And then the lymph nodes go down. Anyways, not medical advice, but your like main lymphatic nodes are like right here in your collarbone. And so you can just like massage here and then tap and then like rub in circles. And then for me, I start with the face. And so like you just do that for like, you can literally just do it like 7 times. Like tap here like 7 times and then do 7 circles and then 7 little taps. Or you can do these. I like these, but you can also just do taps. And then you go like this muscle. Hold on. Let me get it to show up. This guy right here. And then you just go up under your ear. It's better if you don't have headphones on, but just go up and around your ears and pull down. There's like lots of videos you can find. You do that. And then you go jawline, and then you go here, and then you go here, and then you bring it all down. And then if you want to go move on to the body, you start with your armpits, and then you like pump, tap, and circular motions 7 times. And then you go down and go 4 fingers above your belly button, and then do the same things, the taps, the rotations, the like pulsing, and then like on your panties, like where your panty line is. This is such a weird visual, but like kind of like draw a line, like, well, I guess maybe I don't know. It's like right where like your muscles are, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. That like those like kind of like tense muscles right there, right there, just like right above it, tap, rub, and like 7 times, and then behind your knees, and then dry brush. And then you don't have to dry brush every time. Sometimes I just do I just do this top part, or like if my legs feel super, I don't know, puffy, I'll do that whole situation, and it takes like under 5 minutes. It's not like this, like I have to go have me time and put frequency music on and do this lymphatic massage. Like you can do it like in the bathroom, like simultaneously while you're putting your lotion on. And that's how I do it. Yeah. I don't do it every day, but it is free, and it like immediately, and for me, like, and I think I have just slower lymph, immediately makes me feel better. And if you want to enhance like the flow, you can, it's called the wellness bounce, like, you know, just like just bounce a little bit, like on the heels of your, like the toes of your feet, and just like bounce. Even if you're just doing that like while you're pouring color at work, or doing dishes. I do it all the time, and I like just put my feet in different positions, like straight forward, or like I angle out, and then it also is like a little bit of calf exercise. But
Yeah.
I'm a nerd about it. I love it.
I will massage my body all the time. Like when I put lotion on, I'm obsessed with lotion. And I actually used to be so like, I hardly ever skipped like a full body lotion. Then I had children. Now it's a lot more rare. But I did realize like I felt less stagnant when I was constantly putting lotion on. And I don't think it was the lotion. Yeah. I think it's that you're rubbing it into your skin.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just moving things around.
Well, but I think a lot of people think, lymphatic is like, or just massage in general has to be like super aggressive. Like your lymph is actually very sensitive. Like the nodes are like not microscopic, but very small. And so like the slightest pressure, like even this is considered like a lymphatic massage, and that's not very hard.
Well, I saw one video that's like, if you don't start here, or if you don't start here, then it's going to all pull in your breast tissue, and that can cause like
that's why you move on issues. To this.
And I'm like, guys, but that's like it's the order frozen. That like, is it better? Still frozen?
You froze. Yeah.
Okay, is that better? Weird. But no, it's like I have it in my head, like the order is stopping me from doing like a proper lymph. Like I'll put lotion on, I run, I do jumping jacks. Like I move my lymph in other ways, but like doing the actual like drainage, I'm like, oh great, it's going to all like pool somewhere and then I'm going to get a toxic buildup.
But that's not really
but it's because I watched one video once that was like, you're going to get a toxic buildup if you don't drain all your lymphs properly. It's like, that's it. Never doing it again.
That's only if that's the only thing you're doing. Because like you also... Like we are just moving our bodies by walking into the grocery store. Like that is moving our lymph. So it's like,
oh, here's a side tangent that's kind of related.
Okay.
At the gym the other day, one of the things was to like skip from here to here and back. And it was funny the amount of people that are like, wait, I don't know how to skip. And then apparently one of the girls brought up that that's a video that's like, the video series that was going around for a little while was like, have you lost your inner child? And so they'd go up to strangers on the street and it's like, hey, skip to that pole. And if you forgot how to skip, you've lost your inner child somewhere. Like, so you got to work to get back to it.
Yeah.
So interesting. So not right now, but when you're not at 50%.
I can totally tell you.
When's the last time you skipped?
Not that long ago.
Okay.
I would say maybe even yesterday in the Aldi parking lot. Because Leo and I were walking, it was super windy, and we like to run together.
Yeah,
I always park at the farthest spot because it's what I do.
Do you know how many times I've been by myself and I've thought if I knew no one in this town, I would absolutely ride my car all the way to the car, but I don't because it's like, you are 35, be mature.
I absolutely do that.
Who says I can't ride my cart
It's
to
like
the car?
It's a great excuse to have kids because you're like,
so
I'm doing this
fun.
for the kids. And it's like, no, I'm doing this for all of us.
They're yelling, Mom, I can walk. I'm like, shut up. Hold on.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Next. Do you want to do it? Because I didn't realize you had a list and we were doing...
That I'm staring at. That's why you was like, you cannot...
I was like, is she like messaging somebody? Like, pull it together, Irene. Okay. Never mind.
Put salt in your water, but very specifically... Good quality salt.
Good quality salt. And I have to say something. I don't know if you know. Do you know who Lead Safe Mama is? Lead Safe somebody, I think.
No.
I don't know. Hadn't heard of her until a friend of mine had showed me that like, oh, didn't you hear that the Celtic salt is high in lead? And then like there's a whole page on the Celtic site that of like why she's so wrong. But I think she's just wildly inaccurate. Like, there's some stuff that I won't go into, but she's not that factually based. And also like it all drives back to like her products. And so I would trust her with a grain of salt.
Didn't somebody also message us, which is so sweet. Like we never mind. We love always learning new things. And at least to me, when I read the message about the Beam minerals, I didn't feel like,
I don't even know.
Argumentative, but I think someone sent us something that Beam minerals also, they're finding lead, but it's like, yeah, guys, we are sucking minerals out of the ground. Like it's,
I think
you don't want to eat lead paint, but
I think it is a mineral. We forget that like lead is a natural occurring mineral. Like it is a metal, natural occurring metal in the ground. So yeah, when we harvest our salt minerals, there's going to be some cross contamination. It's just a matter of like healthy levels. Where I think we've gotten out of line is where it's now in like injections and being sprayed in the sky, and there's lots of makeup.
It's in your lipstick.
It's in the stuff that they spray on your crops. So like lead wasn't a huge deal at one point. Like, so now
it's too much lead, too much
Yes.
too much sodium, too much salt is bad for you. Too much water is bad for you. So
yeah, it's all a balance. But yes,
but
add
I think
salt.
a sprinkle or a pinch of salt in your water is not gonna.
Oh yeah, I've been obsessed. I switched back in. I actually buy it in bulk. The Redmond's real salt and then the Celtic salt.
I kind of swap back and forth too, based on like basically whichever store I'm at, whichever one they have.
Yeah.
I want flake
little
salt
ones. Oh, okay.
just to sprinkle on stuff. I have chunk salt, and that's fine. It's great, but just because it seems fancy.
Well, but
Every time I have it in my cart, it's like $15 for a little thing, and I'm like, I don't need this. What is wrong with you? But
Yeah.
one day I'll splurge on flakes.
Does it give you any different nutritional value? Is it?
No, just brings me joy
All right, fine.
to see flat salt on like a chocolate thing than chunk salt.
But it's not like you make chocolate things that
the same
often.
thing. No,
What would you put it on?
maybe everything.
You're like, maybe I'll start
know.
cooking if I have the right salt.
my inner child wants to see flat. I made some bread the other day.
Yeah, I'm proud of you for that.
I'll probably never do it again, but I did it.
I don't think that's true. I think you will. You get it down to a science and you're just like, oh, like I know I can whip this out between certain things. But
It's the recipe I used is very like measure heavy, which is fine. I measure my color at work in grams. So I have like a color scale that I was using, but it's like this one has to sit for this long. These two ingredients have to sit for this long because it's all gluten free and it needs to do stuff, which was fine. It actually took my time. I just watched TV, but it was the bread thing. It's like, use a bread mixer. I'm like, well, I don't cook, so I don't have a hand mixer with a beater. And it was the stickiest thing. So,
well, you can borrow mine anytime. I'm still all for doing meal prep, like meal prep Mondays or whatever day we pick.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. And we can just meal prep a bunch of stuff. The next one is belly breathing. And I know people are like, what are you talking about? That's because like, I remember when someone told me I needed to belly breathe instead of,
yeah.
because like now I don't even do it. Because I just like let my guts just relax and I breathe in my stomach.
Do you only belly breathe or do you like pelvic floor belly breathe?
I think sometimes I do. Every day I do some pelvic floor belly breathing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do.
That one just like relaxes me deeper, I think, because it takes more like concentration to breathe that way.
Yeah.
But I have a good way, unless you have a good way of explaining the belly breathing.
No, go ahead.
Because I learned it once when I was younger and I was taking vocal lessons. And the lady was like, breathe. So we just breathed. And then she had each of us lay down on the piano bench. And she's like, okay. Or we breathed and we put our hands like this and one like on the belly. Mm-hmm. And then we were laying on a piano bench. She's like, okay, now take a breath. And it was like only your belly hand went up when you were laying. She's like, okay, now stand up and only move that hand. And it like took the concentration out of your chest. So try it, like put your hands on your stomach and your chest, breathe in, and you should feel, if you're belly breathing, your belly hand move more than your top hand. And if it's not, you can, or you're having trouble at connecting it, lay down just flat on your back, just calmly breathe, and your belly will naturally go up. When you're in the laying position, your belly naturally moves and your chest does not. So then sit back up and concentrate on your bottom hand.
Yep. It's a skill that you're born with. That like we like. If those of you who have babies at home, and sometimes it's even toddlers still, but like at some point we lose the belly breathing because we start mouth breathing and then it comes shoulder breathing. And it's that should be do I have that in there? Yes, I do. I have actually number 15 is breathe through your nose.
Yeah.
Like, which has been huge because like I've been able to observe that like my daughter is a huge mouth breather and I've been able to like,
when did that switch, you think?
After I stopped nursing her.
Interesting.
That's where it switched. And so right at 2. And then like, that's when I noticed, actually I saw reels on Instagram that were like, hey, if your kid has like kind of crowded teeth on the bottom, it's probably because their mouth breathing and their chin's a little recessed. So I've been doing some home myofunctional stuff with her. And I've seen a shift in her teeth because like I had very crowded teeth and I have a very narrow palate. And I don't know, we can talk about this some other time, but that is something that is generationally like talk about big dentistry and big, like we stopped.
Yeah.
There's lots of things that led to people having a narrow palate, crowded teeth where the wisdom teeth don't fit anymore. it's just not supposed to be this way.
We should talk about in another episode, like how we introduce food to our kids, because that's a big reason. All the purees are a big reason for that, but we'll save that for an episode on
we need to write it down.
We should have someone that's like proficient on baby-led weaning.
I want Rachel, the writer of Real Food and Pregnancy, because she's the one who made me.
I'm writing it down.
Actually, my doula Shannon sent me one of her articles about a subchorionic hematoma and basically like comforting statistics of like, hey, like women who followed this protocol had like an 88% success rate or something like that. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I recognize that name. It's from Real Food and Pregnancy. I read that with Leora, and that book is fantastic. It made me like, you know, you get into the pregnancy the first time, you're like, I don't want to screw anything up. And everyone's like, don't eat lunch meat. And it's like, okay, what? Yeah. And then that book really debunks like where that research came from, why they say it. Also, you're more likely to get like salmonella or E. coli from lettuce leaf than you are from lunch meat. And so it's a great book. You should read it. But I want to interview her because she's awesome.
Okay, have that in the notes.
Good. And then like we should talk about like baby-led weaning, because my opinion has changed on that. Has it? A little bit. Just a little.
Now, mine is I don't cook. This is what we're eating. Have a little bite or have some boob till you're 7.
Ew.
No, not 7. But like that was when all my problems started, when I weaned him at 2. I would have gone to 3.
You would have?
I would have.
I was ready to be done. I remember at like 18 months being like, this could end and I'd be okay. But it was also like, but not like in a, I should say like the experience was great. And like, there was no problems. It was that, like, it was just a really bad season for us. Like Dave was working crazy, stupid hours, and it was just me doing everything 100% of the time. And like, I remember at one point, like I was having like a hard conversation, me being like, I feel like a single married parent. Like this is really hard. And like nursing was like, became kind of like a, like I always loved it and I was grateful I got to do it. And like, she weaned perfectly, but I don't know. It was like one more thing that like, I have to put her down because then I have to nurse her. Like that's the habit she's used to. And so like when she weaned, then I was like, now you can put her down. Like, no, now you don't need me, you know? Anyways, that got way off topic. So, do you want to talk about the next one? Or have you ever done it? Do you not do the dry brushing?
Gratitude.
Huh?
Oh, well, I guess, dry brushing.
Yeah.
I do dry brush. We kind of hit that earlier.
Yeah.
But number 7 is dry brushing.
Do you know who Procter & Gamble is?
I wish I didn't.
They're the owners of Pampers and Loves. They help fund the murder and mutilation of children. Did you know that?
Which is bizarre for someone who claims to care about your child's rear end.
Not to mention that, but also their stuff is filled with harsh chemicals, endocrine disruptors, carcinogens, like in the diaper, on your kids' most sensitive parts. It tells you exactly who they are and that they actually don't care about your kid. They care about getting your money for their product. I have made the switch and I have not looked back once. Good. It's with Every Life. They are a non-toxic diaper company, but they auto ship to your door, and we have a code with them now because I use their product. Yeah. Like we always do, guys. We use the product first. Yes. And then we're like, we reach out and we're like, guys, we want to talk about you on the podcast because we think our listeners would actually really benefit from this information. Yes. So, or this product. So, anywho, but we have a code with them. Woohoo! Code UTSP10. And you get 10% off your purchase, which I don't think you'll regret at all. It's non-toxic, super soft, really like, it feels like a nice quality. And it doesn't feel like plastic, if that makes sense.
And they don't support murder. They don't support murder.
Okay, UTSP10, bye. Yeah. And do you do it with your kids?
Sometimes. Yeah. Not often. What would you say to someone that doesn't want to buy, like I have a dry brush, but like if someone's like, I just don't want to order a dry brush, what would be
use your hairbrush. You probably have a hairbrush. Yeah. You probably have a comb. You probably have, like I would even say like your hands, like I was saying earlier, like this is,
or even like a loofah, just like dry loofah, dry skin.
Yeah.
Anything that gives like a scratchy feeling.
Yeah.
So
It's
trying to
just
drive me
start
nuts.
somewhere, but those are at least $5. I guess I did say free, and that's it's free to me because I already have it. So I didn't think about that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's, so you can use a comb, you can use your hairbrush. It doesn't have to be a dry brush.
Yeah.
It's just dry and scratchy feeling.
Well, and like I have like a foot scrubber thing, you know, like one of those like stone things, and on the other side is a brush. And I actually like that one better for dry brushing because it's super stiff. Like the brushes are very, very stiff. And then the one I have, like it's like an Eco Tools, so like the circle one. It's great, but I feel like it's like weakened over time.
Too soft, yeah.
And so like I actually end up using my foot scrubber thing, like it's actually never used it for my feet. It's just the scrubber works nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sorry. The next one, number 8.
I love dry brushing. Gratitude.
Booyah.
Being grateful.
Yeah. And it's actually really hard to be grateful when you're in a slump, but it is. I remember in 2020, and I don't know why this is significant, but it worked really well for me. I remember being super depressed in 2020, and like I had a beard of acne. We were just like, we were broke as all get out. We were like, it's just, things were hard. We were touring, like, and then we weren't. And so it was like this whole identity crisis of like, who am I if I'm not like the performer? Oh my gosh. And so there was this song from VeggieTales. You grew up on VeggieTales, right?
Not really, but I was too old, or I don't know. Maybe. Like by the time we heard of VeggieTales, I was like 13, and I was like, it's for kids. But
okay. Well,
my kids listen to it now.
There's a song that the Carrot sings, Laura, and I can't remember it's like her and her parents, and she sings, I thank God for this day, for the sun in the sky, for my mom and my dad, and this piece of apple pie. And it's when it gets to apple pie, I think it's funny. But I remember being like, just like, people tell me I'm supposed to be grateful, and so like I couldn't think of anything to be grateful for because I was in such a slump. So I would just sing that song, and you should just look it up on YouTube. It's like a 60-second song, and I feel like that helped rewire my brain because like I would wake up thinking about that song, and it's a very simple way to say like, thanks for the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps anybody.
Also, laughter.
The VeggieTale kids.
Laughter is a big one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gratitude, laughter, like finding your inner child. Go skip down the street. It'll drain your lymph, and you'll laugh, and you'll get some gratitude, or
and like
anything. Or like this one goes the opposite of the next one. The next one is get off your phone, which I agree wholeheartedly. Sometimes I don't text back for 5 to 7 business days. Sometimes I'm on my phone till 2 a.m. watching like prank videos. And I will laugh so hard that like I will wake up half the house, because I'll be like, if they're in bed and I'm trying not to be loud, and then I'm shaking the bed, and I'll have like tears streaming down my eyes, and that always makes me feel better, which is the opposite of don't be on your phone, or don't be on your phone late at night. I think
there's selective. But like, you can be wise.
I know when I read
them.
that. Yeah, when I read that Happier book, it was like children giggle over 300 times a day on average, and adults it's like maybe 4. And that was when I was like, okay, I used to laugh all the time. And like just laughter, like finding that inner kidness helps.
I love it.
But also get off your phone.
Well, it's more of like I even talk to myself about like get off my phone, because sometimes I'm like, oh, like I'm having to be like 50% and just sit on this couch. And you know, like the only comfortable like way when it's like when I have like a cramping spell is like laying down horizontal. And I'm like on my side. I'm like, what else am I supposed to do besides scroll on my phone? So like I've just noticed my total hours on my like screen time have gone up.
That's hard though, because you can't just.
But I feel like it's taking a toll mentally and like my attention span and like and I don't.
What
like
are you
it.
seeing?
Sewing videos in Spanish.
You and my mom always send me video. I'm like, I don't know this pattern. I don't speak that language.
See, but I don't even think about the pattern. I think about like I can visualize the pattern in my mind and I can try to recreate it. But
okay,
like but all of it, like I don't know why. I told Dave, I was like, Instagram thinks I'm Spanish speaking. I don't know what's happened, but like all of my reels are in Spanish.
Maybe I come by your house and whisper Spanish words to it.
That's like your long game.
But I should. I should do that to you. Oh,
it's
man.
It's already thinks I'm in Spanish. So the next one is get off your caboose. And like,
yes,
And obviously, like, if you're
skip down that straight.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, for me right now, like, besides, like, again, I do, like, I'll get on all fours. I do, like, belly breathing. Like, I'll let, like, my beer gut that isn't a beer gut, but, like, it's like, I don't look pregnant, but I don't look like I don't eat ho-hos every morning. Like, it's just like, it's a confusing time.
You're right in the middle.
Yeah. It's like pants don't fit, but also maternity clothes still fall off of me. So, like, it's a weird in between, but like, I'll go on all fours and like do like belly breathing. And then just like minor stretches that like feel good where I have to like listen to my body. But like most people aren't in my situation right now. So that's not relevant. But like even just going for a walk after a meal is like huge for your digestion, huge for your mental health, huge for everything. It's like statistically shows that you'll live longer if you go for a walk every day, and it helps depression. If you, I think Doc Omen, the guy who wrote Happier, said if you go for 3 walks a week at 45 minutes at like a brisk pace, like you reduce your, it reduces depression by like 80% or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
move your body, breathe some fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah. And also like just, this isn't one of them, but like just don't make excuses of like, oh, I can't do that because of these circumstances. It's like, well, that was me because like,
everybody can walk.
Yeah. For me, I was like, well, I can't go walk on my property because it's all like it needs mowed and whatever. And then we live on a main road, and I was like, there's nowhere to walk around here. And then I learned that there's like there's a neighborhood right there. I was like, I can just throw Leo in the car. We can park in the neighborhood and then walk in the neighborhood. And that's worked out fine. So like
I've been going to, because like also for me, being around greenery helps. And this is definitely free unless you have no self-control like me. And then it's usually like $7 to $12 based on how much you leave with. But we have been, since it's like fake spring, the kids and I have been hitting like every plant nursery in town. And there's like, even some of the ones that are like 30, 40 minutes away, we'll just drive, we'll park, we'll look at the gift shop, and then we'll go just walk around the plants. And then I let the kids like, you're the leader, you go where you want, so they're not bored that mommy's just looking at plants all day.
Yeah.
And then whoever's the leader that day, like we'll just follow them, even if it's like this weird ping pong around the store. But for me, it's just being around plants, which is definitely free, except my kitchen table is currently covered with seedlings. So free if you have self-control.
Yeah.
Not free if you don't. But like all the greenery, like just being around green and colorful flowers instantly chills out. Like my nervous system just goes from like ping into shh. So
that's
fast.
how I feel about seed packets. Like, like I get such a dopamine hit from going and buying a bunch of seeds and being like, this is freedom from the government. I love it. So yeah, I have moderation problems with that yet, but that's a good one.
But yeah.
All right, next one.
Go the F to sleep. I sleep great when I do sleep.
Well, I
don't really have a problem.
I think about like, I just know people in my life, and also just the habit of, or the things that happen in 2025 of like, and I've been in that loop too of like scrolling until like midnight or 1, and then you just like pass out scrolling on your phone, and then you wake up exhausted, and then you start your day exhausted, and then you're exhausted all day, so you have more coffee, and then you don't have time because you're all frizzled out, so you don't make food, and it's just like a vicious cycle. And I think in the winter, like at the beginning of winter, I just started like to try to do things with the sun. So I try to just like wake up, and like I have reset my internal clock, and it's fantastic because
awesome.
like come like 8:45ish 9, like I'm gone, and then 5 o'clock I pop up, no problem. I'm like, great, let's start the day. And there's something too, just like, I mean, it's the same as get off your phone, but also just like do yourself a favor. Think about tomorrow you, and 1 week from now you're gonna feel so much better if you're not like doom scrolling until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that is true.
Yep. You want to do the next one? You want me to?
Go for it.
Have you ever done the cold face rinse where you just like fill a bowl with ice?
Yeah, I love the cold face. I cannot stand the cold body.
I have a hard time.
Love the cold face.
Yeah.
But I have a theory about the cold showers.
Okay.
If your nervous system already thinks you're dying, I don't think cold showers helps. And this goes for the cold plunge too. But I've read if your thyroid is already out of whack and your adrenals are out of whack and your like system is skyrocketed, thinking you're dying does not help. It does not. You don't get that same like, we're dying, calm down. That like, brings the dopamine. If you're already pinging and you do that, it just like throws your body.
I think especially for women.
Out of whack. Yeah.
Especially for women, because...
But the face one just like feels relaxing to me, but I don't know
well, because
who all is new here and who wasn't.
The vagus
when I was
nerve.
in the depths of labor, both times, right before I need to push, I like literally have had my husband pour cups of ice water, like ice chunks hitting my back and rolling into the water. So something about ice when I'm like, and that's like the threshold of life and death is about to push out a baby.
Yeah.
Ice just on my face, but not my body. Which
he was pouring it on your
back,
shoulders,
but it's like
right?
my upper body. Yeah. Like my neck.
Yeah. Well,
like neck
specifically
up,
the
so great.
like the cold face rinse with like the ice bowl or whatever. And I'm not sure. I don't really like cold showers because here's the main reason. Most of the time I've done it at the end of my shower and I've usually shaved by then. And then if you do a cold shower, it makes you prickly sooner. Like it makes your hair grow back faster.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fact, but like for me, I feel like it makes me like the hair I just shaved off prickly again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I don't do it. But like that, the face one just specifically stimulates the vagus nerve, which is like everything. That's the nerve for everything. It's so important to stimulate that, which this isn't in there, but you can hum to like stimulate your vagus nerve. Just anything. So
humming also helps if you're nauseous.
Oh, that's good to know.
It like, and I only know that because my husband hates throwing up more than anything in the world. Where I'm like, well, celiac, so you know, throwing up gets whatever's in you that needs out faster. Yeah. So I just let it go. He will do everything to not puke. So he looked up. I think he asked chat, "What's the best way to not throw up?" And it said hum. So anytime, like I had to actually get a pretty bad migraine at work, not that long ago, which was how I found out I had strep because I've not had to have someone pick me up from work in over a decade. But I had to cancel my day and he had to come pick me up. And so I drove the van to work and he has this old Jeep. So he picked me up in the Jeep, which is like shaky as all get out, and drove me home. So he's shaking and I was like, you have to stop. What do you do? I'm in a rickety old Jeep. And he was like, do not throw up in this Jeep. Start humming. I was like, okay. So I just like hummed the whole way home. But anyways, humming is good for your nervous system. Helps you not puke.
Nice. Okay, number 13.
Chew slower, which I do. And I feel like I'm always the last person to leave the table. It makes you self-conscious, but also just do it anyways.
No, I feel proud. I feel so proud when I'm the last person to leave the table. Because I'm like...
I get that panic, like everyone's waiting on me. I have to hurry.
Oh. The youngest versus oldest, because I'm like, well, because everyone can leave. It's not like they can't... No one can leave the table until I'm done. It's just like, oh, good. I didn't scarf this down. Because I remember like a mutual friend we used to both have. I don't know how to say it. She used to just scarf her food down. And it made me feel insecure because I was like, oh my gosh, like...
I gotta eat faster.
What the hell happened for one thing? Like there was just a whole plate of food in front of you. And she was like, I don't know, like public school just made you like scarf your food down, which is a whole other conspiracy that we could talk about making you want to be fat and bad digestion. Anyways, and so I had like a little bit of like a complex, like, oh, I should just speed up eating. But like I've always just been like a take like 5 bites and then chat for a while and then take a bite and then we've eaten Chipotle with our husbands. Both of them will inhale their bowl and they both are like, oh man, my stomach. I'm like, yeah, you guys ate a whole bowl in the time it took me to eat a quarter of a bowl. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't know why Jake does it. We're both homeschooled. He should be also slow pokey like I am.
He inhales.
But Dave was a public school kid and he's like, yeah, you only had a certain amount of time and you only got to do certain things if you, anyways, number 14, drink slowly / slip. Sip your water through the day instead of like, chugging an 8-ounce glass of water and then being like, oh, I'm getting hydrated. Like that's why you end up like having to pee all the time, plus not adding, minerals back to it. And also like room temp water. I know I'm actually like, I should say I'm a liar when it comes to this right now. There's not ice in this, but I have been putting ice in my
pregnancy
cup.
Does that to me every time. And nursing.
I need something. I found myself like kind of being repulsed by water. I don't know. But like we also don't drink anything besides like the occasional orange juice, the occasional poppy and coffee. And I don't know. I needed something. So I have like now like there's like lemon juice and salt in this. And then typically I have ice, but I didn't want it shaking on camera. So
yeah. That makes one of us. Oh, I'm leaning forward like you can't hear me, but you're welcome for my eardrum blast.
It's okay. That lips color does look really nice on you.
Hey, thanks.
Okay. Last one. Oh, we already kind of talked about it.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it, but I have an add-on.
Okay.
And that is just your mindset, which is hard to control, I know, but there's a difference between like a food allergy. Like for me, if I eat wheat, I am going to vomit. There is no like, God, let this food not hurt my belly. Like it's an allergy. Like it happens. I'm not saying God can't do that. I'm saying like mind over matter. But if you go to a restaurant and eat something and you think, oh man, I wonder if I'm going to get sick here, chances are you're probably going to not feel good after. And again, that's a difference between like someone putting flour in your food if you're allergic, or milk if you're allergic. But, and this kind of goes to the difference of like food allergies versus food intolerances. Like right now, my daughter can't do strawberries. It's not that she's allergic, she's temporarily intolerant. But when she's older, if she goes into a meal thinking, oh, there's strawberries, this is going to make my stomach hurt, yeah, she's going to get a stomach ache. And the same with like everything. If you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't know, today might be a bad day, or look at the clouds. And I'm guilty of this in the winter. It's like, ugh, another cloudy day. Today's going to suck. Today usually sucks.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds kind of woo-woo, but if you wake up and it's like, it's cloudy, and before I let myself like spiral off, it's like, it's fine. I don't know, find some excuse to be happy for the clouds, you know? So a lot of it, and mindset is hard, but mindset is free. So even going into a meal, like even prayer before a meal.
Yep. That's what I was going to say.
Resets the nervous system. But if you're eating something that's like borderline, there is grace in that. But like, I don't know, something about chilling, being thankful for your food, everything just kind of slows down for a minute. Not that it's going to stop a stomach ache if you eat an allergen, but it can calm your nervous system down too.
Yeah. I mean,
accept more of the nutrients.
Listen, as someone who, like, let's see, you've been gluten-free for how long? I know we were gluten-free before the wedding, right?
2010.
So I think in 26, I know like in our...
Gosh, 15 years. That's wild.
Our neighbors have a dumpster and I'm so jealous because all I want to be doing is throwing away all my stuff. So jealous. But we actually had to order a dumpster and then we had to cancel it because...
50%.
50%. And anyways, praying before your food can help you like absorb more nutrients too. So like there's a reason, like God's smart. This is not new. But like, but then that 15th one is breathe through your nose. So like we always have some type of either medical tape or Band-Aids, which I know Band-Aids have PFAs, whatever. But like something while you're sleeping, or even like through the day when I was first like retraining my breathing system. Like I would just put like a Post-it note, like over my, like there's something you can do to like remind you like, hey, keep your mouth shut.
Yes, ma'am. Well, go tell, it's both of yours to share together, but why don't you go tell your dad? I'm almost done, okay?
Okay, but why your hair so green?
I don't know, it's just the camera. But go upstairs and tell your dad, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, my love. Okay, shh. But even in like the mindset of sleeping, if you get ready for bed and if you've been having sleeping trouble, it's like, I don't know, I probably won't be able to sleep good tonight either. Then, yeah, you're probably not. And not to say that it works every time, but there is something.
You'll be okay, lady.
Yeah, you'll be okay, lady.
Who?
If you think you're okay. Did you hear her?
Yeah, I heard it real good.
Yeah, just tell yourself, you will be okay, lady, and then go to sleep.
Leo now starts repeating like, I can do hard things. And she'll like, she'll kind of.
Mine don't. Mine get so mad. Before you say it, I know I can do hard things. Great, now do it with a good attitude.
But it's being written into their nervous system, even if they're being bitter about it. Because like it's, I mean, mindset is.
Now she's crying. Okay, carry on. I heard it.
Tell her you can do it, lady. Yeah, it's mindset is a huge thing. Also, like this has been a huge thing. Like Dave and I are working on, like with Dave, is adjusting expectations. Like he has this beautiful, ambitious heart where he wants to do all the things. And I used to have that, but like being a mother kind of humbles you of what you can actually accomplish in a day. And like, I'm not saying, oh, motherhood has ruined my ambition. It's like, I'm just realistic now of like, sometimes there's literally just 3 things on my to-do list. Feed everybody, keep her alive, and do laundry. Like that's the list. And if I can do more, fantastic. But it's like adjusting your mindset to like, I'm not a failure just because I don't do these things, or this is the way it used to operate. Because like, I don't know, there's a doctor I recently started following, and she was like, there is no such thing as postpartum. You are forever postpartum. You are forever changed. You are not the same. Your cells are not the same. Your DNA is not the same. Like you were forever then postpartum. And you just have to learn to like, and then like your life gets not like, I don't like to say uprooted because it makes it sound negative, but like your life is totally different. A child like changes a lot of things. And so like you have to just then adjust to this new mind, this new way of navigating things. So I don't know. That's it. I don't even know if that was related, but that was on my brain.
It's related. Yeah.
Okay, we got to go because the guy's got to hop on a podcast. But any parting thoughts?
Thanks for being here.
Adios.
This content is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice.
Please do your own research and find a trusted medical professional for personalized guidance and advice.
We are not responsible for your decisions based on the information you hear on this podcast.
Bye.
Bye.